This is ESPN on ABC.
The greatness continues now on ABC as South Florida welcomes the best hockey players in the world to the 67th National Hockey League All-Star Game. All the household names, all the big boys are here. Welcome to Sunrise, Florida, the Sunset Terrace. We are high above FLA Live Arena. There's a lot of sun, there are a few clouds, and all your favorite hockey players are in attendance. And most of them will be on the ice playing today. It's the best on ABC.
Today, this isn't just a rink. This is a stage, a staging area, really. A showcase for the greatest skill sets the NHL has to offer. Here, we explore the what if. What if we take every imaginable hockey superpower, draw it from every timeline of this game, past and present?
Injecting speed.
What if we take lightning speed?
What can you say?
An insane handler.
Moving. Hammer.
One hands by Jack Hughes.
Infuse it with cat-like reflexes.
Reaching behind him, he had it in his glove.
Activating vision.
Find that perfect vision.
Crosby with eyes behind his head.
Then bring in pure ultimate power and accuracy.
Processing.
We
Shooting.
have been privileged to watch the best goal scorer of our generation.
Here, imagination becomes creation. The culmination of ultimate attributes on one sheet of ice, where the what if becomes reality.
Skills last night. We're going to play a hockey game today. The 2023 NHL All-Star Game from the home of your Florida Panthers. And with that, we say good afternoon, everyone. You're staring at 29 All-Star Game appearances. The graphics guy hates me. He can't put anything under my name. You know, PK Subban, Mark Messier, Chris Chelios. Say hi to George over there working the tiki bar.
How about George?
El Bandito.
He'll be mixing up some things. So what are you most looking forward to today at the All-Star Game?
Historically, nobody wants to be the guy that goes out there and selfishly tries to win the MVP. I'm looking forward to see collectively on which team is going to go out there and say, we're here, let's play hard, let's really compete, and let's go out there and try to win the game.
Jelly.
Yeah, and in the past, the format didn't really favor the goaltenders or the defensemen.
Right.
You know, you're left out to hang to dry there. So this 3-on-3 gets a chance to see these players. The reigning Stanley Cup, Norris Trophy, and Conn Smythe winner Cale Makar. You're going to just see how talented these guys really are. There's not a lot of them in the game this year, so 3 on Central Division.
Right.
I'm going to go with the smart guy, says forwards don't want to skate backwards.
Makar wiped out last night. He's got something to prove in the All-Star Game.
I had a better time than Makar did in the fastest skater. I don't know.
What about you?
For me, it's the Atlantic Vision. I'm going to be paying attention to them. A lot of young players, and I'm going to be paying attention to all the young players. As a young guy, when I played in the league and I had the opportunity and the privilege to go to the All-Star Game, you always wanted to make sure that you were accountable to why you're there. And that's to put on your skill and show that you're one of the best. So I'll be watching the young guys. They got to be driving the bus in this thing.
I'll be watching for the first body check of the day. Who throws the first big hit?
No.
And if Alex Ovechkin scores this afternoon, he probably will, that does not count in his quest towards getting Wayne Gretzky. Now to the voice of the NHL on ESPN and ABC. Here's Sean McDonough.
Thank you, Steve. Sellout crowd here in Florida. The Panthers hosting the All-Star Game for the first time in 20 years. For the 7th consecutive year, the All-Star Game is actually a 3-on-3 tournament among the NHL's 4 divisions. In today's first semifinal, it's the Pacific against the Central. Then the defending champs, the Metropolitan, will battle the Atlantic. The winners will meet in the championship game, where the victorious team will split $1 million. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm joined down at ice level by Ray Ferraro. We are delighted to have you with us. It has been said a lot lately that the game has never been better, and that's going to be on display again today, Ray. It is also accurate to say that the future is very bright. 44 All-Stars here today, 28 of them are 27 years old or younger.
And for the better part of the last 2 decades, the NHL's been built around Alexander Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby having tremendous seasons, and here again today. But like PK was talking about, I want to see what these young guys are going to be able to do in a game like today. Jack Hughes is 21 years old, Cale Makar's 24, David Pastrnak and Connor McDavid, the best player in the game, they're just 26. The future's bright, but the future's now.
It seems appropriate. The game is in Sunrise. So many of the players we'll see today just stepping into the bright lights of stardom. Here's the PA man, Al Murdoch.
Hockey fans, welcome to FLA Live Arena in sunny South Florida, home of your Florida Panthers. As we bring you the 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game. Now let's make some noise for the 2023 Honda NHL All-Stars. First to the ice, the Pacific Division All-Stars. Led by the head coach of the Vegas Golden Knights, Bruce Cassidy. Presenting the Pacific Division All-Stars. Now with the New York Islanders, number 14, Bo Horvat. From the Anaheim Ducks, number 19, Troy Terry. From the Vegas Golden Knights, number 20, Chandler Stevenson. From the Los Angeles Kings, number 22, Kevin Fiala. From the Edmonton Oilers, number 29, Leon Draisaitl. From the Vegas Golden Knights, number 36, Logan Thompson. From the Vancouver Canucks, number 40, Elias Pettersson. From the San Jose Sharks, number 65, Erik Karlsson. From the Edmonton Oilers, number 74, Stuart Skinner. From the Calgary Flames, number 91, Nazem Kadri. And from the Edmonton Oilers, number 97, Connor McDavid. Now, FLA Live Arena, let's give a roaring South Florida welcome to the Central Division All-Stars. Coached by Peter DeBoer of the Dallas Stars. The Central Division All-Stars are from the Chicago Blackhawks, number 4, Seth Jones. From the Colorado Avalanche, number 8, Cale Makar. From the Arizona Coyotes, number 9, Clayton Keller. From the Dallas Stars, number 21, Jason Robertson. From the Colorado Avalanche, number 29, Nathan MacKinnon. From the Winnipeg Jets, number 37, Connor Hellebuck. From the Winnipeg Jets, number 44, Josh Morrissey. From the Nashville Predators, number 74, UC Soros. From the St. Louis Blues, number 91, Vladimir Tarasenko. From the Colorado Avalanche, number 96, Mikko Rantanen. From the Minnesota Wild, number 97, Kirill Kaprizov. Please rise if you are able. Remove your caps for the presentation of tonight's colors by the University of Miami's Air Force ROTC Color Guard.
Welcome back to the 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game from FLA Rive Arena in Sunrise, Florida, where we have a reporter on each bench. Let's go to the central bench. Here's Emily Kaplan with Dallas Stars, Jason Robertson.
Jason, this is your first NHL All-Star Game. What do you think of the importance of back-checking in today's games?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what everyone's doing. But if you want to win, you probably have to back-check.
Are you going to do it?
I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, I guess.
Week C?
Thanks, Em. I'm here with the best player in the world, Connor McDavid. Connor, we know you're the fastest player in the world. Speed will be a big factor in this one. What do you see from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, we only got one D-man, so we're going to have to try to keep the puck out of our net. We're going to rely heavily on the goalies, but we should be able to score some goals.
Thanks so much. Have fun. Appreciate it. Sean, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kevin Weeks. Connor must not have wanted to start because Bruce Cassidy said if he wanted to start, he was going to start. Here are the starting goalies. It's Coach Cassidy's Logan Thompson, one of the unlikeliest All-Stars of all time, 25-year-old rookie, undrafted. And for the Central, from Winnipeg, Connor Hellebuck in his third All-Star game, 24 wins, second in the NHL behind Linus Ullmark of the Boston Bruins, who we will see later on. Retro uniforms, salute to the colors of South Florida. And Ray, maybe you can tell them apart from down there. Hard to tell them apart in some ways from up here. Similar color schemes, but the Central team has the black on the shoulders.
Yeah, there's kind of a synchronicity to this. I'm not real sure what it is, but I do think the uniforms look really similar. It'll be interesting to see how the players sort through that.
Perhaps the occasional pass. The three Colorado Avalanche players start the game together. Mikko Rantanen to Cale Makar. One of the three defensemen on the Central team. Pass is deflected. Bo Horvat, now of the New York Islanders, but representing Vancouver, traded a couple of days ago by the Canucks. He centered it for Kevin Fiala, now of the Los Angeles Kings.
Here's that part that McDavid was talking about. The Pacific has a one defenseman on the ice. It's Erik Karlsson, but that last group had three forwards, so it's a little dodgy to see if anyone can play defense out here.
Well, the Central Division has three defensemen. There are only 6 among the 44 players, and Pete DeBoer thought that would be an advantage for the Central squad. He could basically have one defenseman with each group. Passed down low by Kirill Kaprizov, and it was picked off by the only defenseman for the Pacific, Erik Karlsson, having a tremendous year. Centering pass, and a shot right on, turned aside by Hellebuck.
Yeah, there's the Edmonton guys, McDavid from Draisaitl. That's a heck of a stop for Hellebuck.
Two Edmonton Oilers, the top 2 scorers in the NHL as we go into the All-Star break. Puck kept in play. That was Nazem Kadri with a shot for the Pacific. He was a member of the Central All-Star squad last year when he played for Colorado, now in his first year with Calgary. Troy Terry from Anaheim, they're represented. Every team represented, except unfortunately for Seattle. Their player had to withdraw due to injury. There's a shot off the pipe. Good chance for Troy Terry. Matty Beniers, the tremendous rookie, would have been the youngest player here at 20, representing the Kraken, but he suffered an injury right before the break. Seth Jones played it ahead. Now here's a good chance for Kadri, and he hit the post. That's a couple of pipes for the Pacific. One thing the studio guys noticed last year, Rick, Kadri stays out for a long time in this 3-on-3.
Well, there's no need to change, really. And I will tell you this. It's really awkward sometimes. You never know how hard you should try, how long you should stay on the ice. But if he has a chance, he's going to stay. Oh, what a pass.
Pettersson, a beautiful pass ahead. And there's Horvat denied by Hellebuck. Horvat wears number 53, or did for Vancouver, but Casey Cizikas wears 53 for the Islanders and has for a while, so Bo had to pick a new number.
There's your first pass right there from team to team. Wrong jersey.
Yeah, wrong jersey. Pettersson, not as hard a shot as we saw last night when he won the hardest shot competition. In alone and a goal. McKinnon with the first goal of this All-Star game on the first shot attempt for the Central Division. 3 minutes and 15 seconds in. Nathan McKinnon, the goal scorer, playing in his 4th All-Star game.
Shift earlier. The Vancouver guys, Horvat and Pettersson, connect for a breakaway. He's turned aside. This one's Mikko Rantanen to Nate McKinnon, and the first shot that Logan Thompson faces is in the back of the net. So McKinnon's got the Central on the board first.
McKinnon, 13 goals in the playoffs to help the Avalanche win the Stanley Cup last spring and in the summer, in fact. His Avalanche teammate Mikko Rantanen given an assist. Carlson played it back. A little too much passing in the offensive end. And it's turned back over. Kaprizov played it off. Carlson back for the goal. Beautiful passing. And the Pacific is on the board on the goal by Kirill Kaprizov. In his 2nd All-Star game, he was there in Vegas last year.
With a little bit of open ice, the last thing Connor McDavid needs is more space. McDavid gets it. He'll play a little pitch and catch with Carlson. Oh, what a pass through Morrissey's feet. Hellebuck can't stop that one, and it's 1-1. Connor McDavid.
The 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game brought to you by the rugged all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport. Nathan McKinnon, the goal for the Central. Connor McDavid for the Pacific. And here's Emily.
Nate, you're 1-for-1 on shots right now. I heard you just tell your teammate. How would you describe this heater you're on right now?
The heater I'm on? Feeling good. Couple turnovers, but I got the goal, so I made up for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Emily and I spoke with Nathan McKinnon the other day. We were talking about Connor McDavid. It was McDavid, not Kaprizov, who scored the goal. Here's another opportunity, and Kadri turned aside by Hellebuck. And Nathan McKinnon, Ray, said McDavid is not only the best player in the world, but it isn't even close. He's all by himself, and he actually inspires other great players like McKinnon to try to improve, even get in the same area code.
Really remarkable to hear the players talk about McDavid in the way they did. And McKinnon, of course, one of the game's greats, and talks about greatness being just so special to watch, and talking about Connor McDavid.
Kadri played it off. Troy Terry wound up behind the net. The other way, Seth Jones, the representative of the Chicago Blackhawks. 3-on-1 for the moment. It comes back to Jones. One of the 6 defensemen in this All-Star tournament. And he took his eye off the puck and lost it. Here's Stevenson from Vegas. His pass hit a skate, ricocheted off Clayton Keller of Arizona. Shots are 7-1 in favor of the Pacific.
Connor Hellebuck's been fantastic. Early he's had a couple of goalposts behind him, but he has been by far the busier of the two goaltenders.
Having a terrific year for Winnipeg. Just 1 point behind Dallas. Atop the Central Division are the Jets. Coached by Rick Bowness. What a job he's doing.
Hellebuck's played 40 times already this year. Leads the NHL.
It's his third All-Star game. We were talking to Pete DeBoer yesterday. He's coaching in the All-Star game for the third time. He said, I was talking to Hellebuck. Third time for each of us. We've never won. We want to win one. And there's a goal. Sprawling for the puck when Hellebuck, but he couldn't get it. And Pettersson has given the Pacific a 2-1 lead, continuing his big weekend after the hardest shot championship last night.
And last week, Bo Horvat and Elias Pettersson were teammates. Horvat traded to the Islanders on the 30th of January, and Pettersson, who's having an amazing year in Vancouver, dunks this one over top of Hellebuck, and the Pacific has a 2-1 lead.
The last time he'll be able to give him a hug on the same bench for a while. They've played together for 5 seasons in Vancouver. Great shot from inside the net.
And for
the play is under review to determine if there was offside at the blue line prior to the goal.
Now, very rarely are the officials involved, but Ray, we saw last year in Vegas, and Pete DeBoer was there, as he was the coach of the Pacific team last year. There were 2 goals overturned on replay review. This is a quickie. And here we go again. There hasn't been a power play since 2016. But we have had goals taken down.
I guess Fiala's offside, but I say there should be no challenges allowed in the All-Star game. If it's in the net, it counts. I'll put that up to the powers that be for next year.
Well, other than goal stoppages, there were 4 whistles last year. There were for icings and offsides, 4 total, no penalties. There hasn't been a power play since 2016. There was a penalty shot in 2019. So it should be a relatively easy day for the officials. Kyle Raymond, Ghislain Hebert are the referees. Brad Kabachik and Kyle Murchison the linesman. There's a nice save with the right pad by Thompson. And a shot perhaps caromed wide off Thompson from Jason Robertson. And hard to tell if that was a pass or a shot attempt by Carlson. It wound up in the corner. Out there with McDavid and Draisaitl. You have to like your chances 3-on-3 when it's McDavid, Draisaitl, and Carlson.
Yeah, whoever's got the puck, it's in good hands. Man, are those 3 having amazing seasons, all of them. Carlson leading all defensemen in the NHL, 66 points. And McDavid's on another planet again this year.
A lot of terrific defensemen in the NHL, but Carlson has to be the leading candidate for the Norris right now, except Jones scores for the Central.
It's been a long year in Chicago. They're in the early stages of what's going to be a lengthy rebuild, and Vladimir Tarasenko finds Seth Jones. Jones has got 4 goals this year, and he's got one here tonight. I think Vladimir Tarasenko had the quote of the weekend so far. They asked him, as he's certainly talked about in trade talks, they said to Tarasenko, do you think you'll be a Blue? And he said, Vladdy doesn't know where Vladdy's going to go. Only Doug Armstrong knows.
He's the GM of the Blues. Most of the speculation seems that he will be moved. St. Louis really drifting out of the playoff picture. Clayton Keller, the representative of the Coyotes, young star from the St. Louis, Missouri area. Now Tarasenko lost the puck up high, perhaps a breakaway opportunity it is, and Stevenson shot it over the net.
And Connor Hellebuck's had a half a dozen breakaways here in his stint in the net.
Seth Jones played it back. Now Mikko Rantanen. McKinnon trying to dangle around Horvat. Jones from Tarasenko, the central goal. Here's Horvat. Down low and another goal by Pettersson. His second. But the first one was disallowed.
Oh, this one's going to count. I think so. Can't see where they're going to take this one back. Same combination. As Bo Horvat gets the puck out wide. Man, I've been watching his whole career wearing 53. It looks so strange.
It is.
Seeing number 14 on his back, and he lays a feather over, and Elias Pettersson beats Connor Hellebuck, and it's 2-2.
Get closer to hockey with the NHL app. Closer to the names you know and need to know. Scores! Closer to all the games, all the time. Get closer to everything you love with the NHL app.
Back to live action. Mikko Rantanen played it for Cale Makar. Went all the way behind the net. Pettersson, his first of the day that counted from his former Canuck teammate Horvat. Rantanen in the corner. And the Avalanche circle. Here's Rantanen down low. And another beautiful goal.
Oh, these Colorado guys look like they played together before. What a pass from Rantanen. McKinnon goes to the net. Remember, he told Emily earlier, a couple of turnovers, I made up for it with a goal. Well, now the Central's ahead 3-2 as McKinnon's going to wander around the zone, go to the back door, and Rantanen, who is having a monster season in Colorado, puts it right on the tape. No chance for Thompson. 2 for McKinnon, 3-2 Central.
When we talked to McKinnon the other day, he asked me, is there anybody you'd like to play with? He said, yeah, I'd like to play with Jason Robertson. He's so smart, but I'm pretty sure they'll just have the 3 Avs together. That's been the plan for Pete DeBoer, and it's worked very well for the Central. They now lead 3-2.
Oh, what a play. I love that.
Beautiful move by Robertson, but he couldn't get through all the way to the net. Josh Morrissey sent it in deeper. Kaprizov played it back. Robertson. Jason Robertson, just 23 years old, another one of those very bright and very young stars. Cross ice for Kaprizov. Beautiful passing. And the shot missed the net by Josh Morrissey from Winnipeg, playing in his first All-Star game. Down to 20 seconds to go in the first period. And there will be a hard stop at the 10-minute mark. It'll change ends. These are 20-minute games, 2 halves of 10 minutes each. McDavid played it ahead, plenty of room for his old buddy Draisaitl. Was in on net all alone and decided to pass it off for Carlson. Leads to an opportunity for Jones, but the buzzer sounds. And we've come to halftime, 3-2 Central.
Nathan McKinnon's got a pair as the Central has a 3-2 lead. Connor McDavid has scored as well. Entertaining first 10 minutes.
Sellout crowd, more than 19,000 inside FLA Live Arena, the largest arena in the state of Florida. New goalies as we go to the second half. For the Pacific, another rookie from Edmonton, voted in by the fans, Stuart Skinner. And for the Central, from the Nashville Predators, UC Saros, second-time All-Star. He was in Vegas last year. Here's Kevin Weeks on the bench.
Yeah, one of the best stories in hockey is Logan Thompson. Logan, congrats on being an All-Star. How did it feel?
It's fun, but it's pretty intimidating out here. My save percentage took a bit of a beating today, but no, overall it's a lot of fun.
NHL All-Star Logan Thompson. M, over to you.
Connor, I saw you just give a few words to UC Saros before I got out there. What'd you say?
He's such a great guy, and I've loved our talks that we had in the locker room. I just told him to be himself, do him.
Boys hung you dry for a couple turnover breakaways out there. What do you think?
It gets you into it. I got a sweat on here, and I'm glad, and I had a good time, and now I'm watching UC go at it.
Thanks, Connor.
You're welcome.
And a quick welcome to the game for Saros as he gives up a goal to Clayton Keller.
Man, Stu Skinner gets in here and you haven't even got your feet underneath you, and you got a breakaway from about 6 feet from Clayton Keller. Keller's having a terrific year. He's got 18 goals in Arizona, and as they stretch the puck up the ice, Tarasenko with the pass, and Skinner, who again is just in the, I can't even imagine how hard this is to come into a game. Look, he's down early and Keller's going to throw it up, but everybody else is broken a sweat. Everybody else is moving, and you're coming from a dead cold stop. And he got beaten the first one, as Logan Thompson did as well. It's now 4-2 Central.
On the goal by Keller, the leading Coyote for the season, goals, assists, and points. 12 more points than any other player on Arizona. And with Logan Thompson and Stuart Skinner, the Pacific with 2 rookie goalies. There's Saros at the other end, flashing out the right pad. It is the 67th All-Star game. It is the first time that there have been more than one rookie goaltender, and they are both on the same team playing for the Pacific.
Now those two, Thompson and Skinner, have played 97 NHL games. Connor Hellebuck, who just came out of the games, played 421. Pretty awesome those young guys are in the game.
We mentioned Thompson, an unlikely All-Star out of Canadian college hockey, the East Coast League, the AHL. Skinner, a third-round draft choice. Youngest of 9 children, Stuart Skinner. All of them are siblings. They all start with the letter S, their first names. Bo Horvat will chase it down to the neutral zone. Nathan McKinnon, 2 goals in the first period. Seth Jones and Clayton Keller, the other goal scorers for the Central. For the Pacific, Connor McDavid and Elias Pettersson. Pettersson had one waved off as well. He heads back toward the net, put it right on Saros.
UC Saros is a terrific goaltender. He's small, which is why he ended up getting drafted in the 4th round. I remember being told he's got 1st-round talent, 4th-round size. But man, he is fantastic and hangs Nashville in a lot of games.
Looking at 5'11", 180, Saros, one of the 3 Vezina finalists a year ago. The best goalie in the league, won by Igor Shesterkin. Kevin Fiala, what a terrific first year he's having for the Kings. His shot was blocked. Now McCarr.
If he waits much longer, his forward teammates from the Avs are going to be in the next county. Those guys were way up the ice.
And they had a shift of almost 2 minutes. 3 minutes gone by. Central with a 4-2 lead. The Central Division has never won the All-Star game in this 3-on-3 format, which dates back to 2016. They've been in the finals twice.
Oh, that's pretty. Josh Morrissey.
Robertson tried to move to the net. He had it taken away. Draisaitl waiting for his Oiler teammate McDavid to wind it up. He heads toward the front of the net. Carlson from a tough angle. Stopped by Saros. Here's McDavid again. Off for Carlson. He tried to center it. Played in by Morrissey, and he heads off. Carlson waiting for Draisaitl to come, and the pass went off his skates. Carlson alone down low. Nice stop by Saros. Nazem Kadri now out there. Kadri put it right into the midsection of Saros. 5.5 minutes to go. Chance to counter for Seth Jones. Backhand wide to the short side by Kaprizov. Now some room for Kadri. Jones trying to get back, but he's been on a long time, and a nice save made by Saros. Troy Terry from Denver, 3 years at the University of Denver. But we mentioned last year, named Troy after Troy Aikman. His dad, a big Dallas Cowboy fan. Troy Terry is as well. Puck deflected down low. They told Troy Terry this year he made the All-Star team again, and a taped message from Troy Aikman that was played at a team meeting in Anaheim. Stevenson down low, took it to the backhand, and a nice stop by Saros. 2-on-1 opportunity the other way, and a goal. Vladimir Tarasenko.
This one banks off the pants of Stu Skinner. Tarasenko's got a goal and a couple of assists, and Clayton Keller lays across a sweet little dish. Tarasenko one-timer, and it's in the net.
The 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game brought to you by Enterprise. This year, the Enterprise Hat Trick Challenge is upping the ante for NHL All-Stars. For the first hat trick netted in each All-Star Game today, Enterprise will donate $10,000 to the scoring player's charity of choice.
We're making waves.
We're back in Sunrise, Florida. South Florida hosts the Honda NHL All-Star Weekend. Time for our SAP Coaching Insights app. Leading goal scorers heading into the All-Star break. Connor McDavid with 41, 3 more than the Bruins' David Pastrnak. Mikko Rantanen playing in this game, tied with Tage Thompson of Buffalo. Thompson would have been an All-Star for the first time, and boy, is he a rapidly rising star array, but he was injured just prior to the break and was replaced by his teammate Rasmus Dahlin.
Yeah, really sad that both Thompson and Matty Beniers are out of the game, but Thompson has just exploded onto the scene as one of the game's best goal scorers.
Down low, Fiala stopped at point-blank range as he took it to the backhand. Pettersson, who's been all over the action in this opening semifinal. And a possible 2-on-1 the other way. Down low, and a beautiful stop by Skinner. He denied McKinnon. And a goal for Pettersson.
What a great shot. Pettersson's got
2.5 goals.
Yeah, 2 and a bit. He's got, he's working at it here. What a great shot. He's got a little room up over the shoulder of Saros. He's got Horvat going to the net again, and with Mikko Rantanen back, sort of kind of playing defense, Pettersson's got all kinds of time. 21 goals this year. He's had an elevation in play. He's become one of the game's better two-way players again. He scores here, and Pacific creeps closer.
The Enterprise Hat Trick Challenge is upping the ante for NHL All-Stars this year. For the first hat trick netted in each All-Star game today, Enterprise will donate $10,000 to the scoring player's charity of choice. So Pettersson very nearly had the hat trick, had one taken down. He has scored twice. Nathan McKinnon has 2 goals as well for the Central. Fiala will get an assist. Pacific still down 5-3. 2 assists for Fiala. his All-Star debut.
Really nice free agent signing by the Kings. He had a great year last year in Minnesota and left to sign a big deal, 7 years in LA.
And that one's off the pipe, off the stick of Carlson. Yeah, Fiala timed it well as he was heading toward free agency last year in Minnesota when he hit 85 points, 33 goals. All of his numbers were career highs. Saros, who had stopped his first 7, is now under siege. And it's a 1-goal game, 5-4.
Erik Karlsson's having an amazing year in San Jose. He had a 14-game point streak, 20 assists earlier in the year, 16 goals on the year. And he's going to take this and throw it up over top of the glove of Saros. It sticks right in the back of the net. Remember when it was 5-2, well, just a minute ago, and it's now 5-4.
And still plenty of time, 2:33 to go. Of course, Karlsson's name has been mentioned in possible trade rumors, but he's been quite adamant in saying he really enjoys playing in San Jose. He thinks they're heading in the right direction under David Quinn. Lost a lot of close games. They've lost 11 games in overtime this year, most in the NHL. They have to decide what they want to do. Saros, another save. Of course, Timo Meier, his teammate, might be the #1 object at the trade deadline. The defection from teams trying to get him.
And also, Karlsson's got an $11 million cap hit. That's a little bit tough to squeeze in for the next 4 years.
Meier a bit more friendly financially. Jones, a beautiful pass, and the Central back to a 2-goal lead on the goal by Clayton Keller of the Arizona Coyotes. His second of the afternoon.
Yeah, what a second half here for Keller. Now he's got a couple of goals and an assist. Seth Jones lays this across, man. Good luck, Stu Skinner. You're not getting across for that. Even though sharp angle here, Keller shows great patience, and it's one thing the really good players have is they can hold the puck, wait for the right moment, even though they're running out of room, and Keller takes it from Jones and puts it in the net at 6-4.
2 goals and assist for Keller. Played at Boston University. The Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award is accepting nominations. Visit NHL.com/O'Ree Award and nominate your community hero who, like Willie O'Ree, has made a positive impact on their community through hockey. Here's McKinnon powering toward the net. So the Pacific up against it. They've won 3 of the previous 6 All-Star games. Skinner makes a big stop for them. Central has never won. They got to the final last year in Vegas, lost to the Metropolitan. They're a minute 11 from going back to the championship. Metropolitan has won 3. Pacific has won 3. They started to pull the goalie, and then Skinner went back.
A good move because they don't have the puck anymore, and he was halfway out. He's getting a little wind sprint in here. Turn around, go back to play.
Another one off the pipe. Robertson that time. Here's Pettersson, chance for a hat trick perhaps. Under 40 seconds to go.
Stuart Skinner now out of the net, so there's 4 players on the ice here.
Barely kept in up high by McDavid. Centering pass is picked off. 20 seconds to go. Pacific Division down by 2. Down low, cleared away. Toward the empty net by Robertson. That should do it. And icing is whistled with 7 seconds to go. The NHL returns to action after the All-Star break Tuesday night on ESPN Plus. Edmonton is at Detroit. Then on Wednesday, TNT has the action, the Wild at the Stars at 8 Eastern time. Ray and Emily and I will be in Tampa Bay Thursday night on ESPN for a rematch of the Stanley Cup final, Colorado and Tampa Bay. And that's it. So the Central advances. They'll try to win this for the first time under the 3-on-3 format. In this, the 7th edition of the 4-team tournament. And they will advance to play the winner of the game still to come next between the defending champs, the Metropolitan Division, and the Atlantic. The Lexus First Intermission Report is coming up next, right after these messages. We're back in Sunrise, Florida, just moments away from our second semifinal in the Honda All-Star Game. The Atlantic getting ready to take on the Metropolitan. Let's join Al Murdoch.
Alex Ovechkin has overtaken Mr. Hockey.
From the Washington Capitals, number 8, Alex Ovechkin. From the New York Rangers, number 10, Artemi Panarin. From the Columbus Blue Jackets, number 13, Johnny Gaudreau. From the Philadelphia Flyers, number 13, Kevin Hayes. From the New York Rangers, number 23, Adam Fox. From the New York Islanders, number 29, Brock Nelson. From the New York Islanders, number 30, Ilya Sorokin. From the New York Rangers, number 31, Igor Shesterkin. From the Carolina Hurricanes, number 37, Andrei Svechnikov. From the New Jersey Devils, number 86, Jack Hughes. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, number 87, Sidney Crosby. Now, make some noise, South Florida, for your Atlantic Division All-Stars. Coached by Jim Montgomery of the Boston Bruins. And now, your Atlantic Division All-Stars. From the Ottawa Senators, number 7, Brady Tkachuk. From the Montreal Canadiens, number 14, Nick Suzuki. From the Toronto Maple Leafs, number 16, Mitch Marner. From the Buffalo Sabres, number 26, Rasmus Dahlin. From the Boston Bruins, number 35, Linus Ullmark. From the Detroit Red Wings, number 71, Dylan Larkin. From the Tampa Bay Lightning, number 86, Nikita Kucherov. From the Boston Bruins, number 88, David Pastrnak. From the Tampa Bay Lightning, number 88, Andre Vasilevsky. And from your Florida Panthers, number 16, Alexander Barkov. And number 19, Matthew Tkachuk.
So we're just about ready for the second semifinal of the 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game. The Metropolitan and the Atlantic. And the winner of this one will take on the Central Division, which beat the Pacific in our first action of the day. Sean McDonough upstairs. Ray Ferraro down at ice level. Ray, as we look ahead to the second game, Crosby and Ovechkin on the same team, and on the other team, the brothers Tkachuk. It should be a lot of fun.
It will be, for sure. I mean, how many more times are we going to get to see Ovechkin and Crosby play together? I look forward to seeing these two Hall of Fame generational players play together. And on the other side, I mean, 11th set of brothers to play in the All-Star Game are the Tkachuks. They're entertaining. They're usually in the middle of the mix. Be a little different today, but it'll be fun to watch them play together.
Let's introduce the starting goalies for Game 2. For the Metropolitan Division, Igor Shesterkin, last year's Vezina Trophy winner's numbers not quite as good as a year ago, but he's in the All-Star Game. And at the other end of the ice, a phenomenal season for Linus Ullmark of the Boston Bruins, a big part of their tremendous success, and certainly the leading candidate to be the Vezina Trophy winner this year. And there is a long way to go. Let's send you down to the benches. Here's Emily Kaplan.
Hi, I'm here with Chantal Tkachuk, the mother, of course, of Brady and Matthew, and I saw you filming player introductions. What's it like seeing both your boys on the same team?
Oh, it's so exciting. I mean, they've never, ever played together before, so it's just kind of a cool thing for them to be able to do this together.
I do have some bad news. Jim Montgomery said he might split them up after the first shift. What are your thoughts?
No. I saw them this morning. I thought they were playing together.
All right, should I tell them anything down there when I go back?
That they better play together.
Thanks, Chantal.
Okay, thanks.
Brady Tkachuk, the Ottawa Senators. He was in the All-Star Game in Vegas last year. And his older brother Matthew, 2 years older. Matthew's 25 in his first year here in Florida. You heard the big hand he got from the Panther fans. Big off-season move as he came from Calgary to Florida. Saw a lot of Brady last year during the playoffs cheering for his brother at Flames games. They grew up around hockey. Their dad, Keith Tkachuk, a great star in nearly 2 decades in the NHL. He played in 5 All-Star games. To me, Roy, Keith Tkachuk should be in the Hall of Fame. 538 career goals.
Yeah, he's in that group of guys. There's about 3 or 4 or 5 of them. You go, really close. Keith Tkachuk played like a bulldozer when he played. Brady plays a little bit more like Keith. Matthew a little bit different.
All of them first-round picks. All of them in the top 20 in their draft years. You mentioned 11th set of brothers to play on the same team in an All-Star game. It's like a who's who of the all-time greats of hockey. Dennis and Bobby Hull, Henri and Maurice Richard, Frank and Peter Mahovlich, Phil and Tony Esposito among the brother tandems that have played on the same team in an All-Star game.
I'm looking over at the threesome there, Brady and Matthew out here, and Sasha Barkov, who was from the Florida Panthers. was added to this team when Austin Matthews wasn't able to play, but Barkov better play some defense because the Tkachuks are going to be up the ice. Crosby, Ovechkin, Fox, awesome.
How about it? One of the great rivalries of their generation, one of the greats of all time in the NHL. Crosby and Ovechkin had a lot of spirited moments against each other, and now line mates in this All-Star game. Reached the 18th year in the NHL. Came into the league together. Here's Barkov, and Matthew Tkachuk will have to regroup. Barkov, the all-time leading goal scorer in Panthers history, and a goal! Matthew Tkachuk has the Atlantic on the board.
What a great finish by Matthew Tkachuk. This is a great pass from his teammate, Sasha Barkov. Barkov hits him right up the gut. And like in the first game, the first shot the goaltender sees is a breakaway, and Shesterkin has to pull it out from behind him, and it's 1-0.
In his second All-Star game, Grandma likes it. Mom likes it as well. The other one that Matthew played in was in St. Louis. And that's where he and Brady, for the most part, grew up while their dad starred for the St. Louis Blues. Just 30 seconds in, a couple of Panthers connecting as Barkov gets the assist. Dylan Larkin of the Detroit Red Wings dropped it off. Nick Suzuki turned toward the net. Now the other way, Jack Hughes of the New Jersey Devils, the youngest player in this All-Star game at 21 years old. He was also the youngest last year in Las Vegas. We'll let Ray do the math, figure out how old he was last year.
Pretty close to 20, I'd say.
You were right on. Shot snapped wide.
I gotta like the get-up on Linus Ullmark. The new pads, the gloves, looks pretty sharp back there.
Some of the players taking advantage of the opportunity to make a fashion statement. Rasmus Dahlin, the great Buffalo Sabre defenseman, penetrated but couldn't score. Now the counter the other way. Ullmark held the post. Johnny Gaudreau waited for help and he got it. Now Kevin Hayes playing in his first All-Star game representing Philadelphia. Big thrill for Hayes at age 30, an All-Star for the first time. He sends it down low, and a backhand from close range stopped.
Man, Ullmark's so big. Gaudreau tried to go up over his shoulder. He was able to just stay up tall enough to make the save.
Gaudreau and Hayes were out there together. They were teammates at Boston College on some terrific teams for Jerry York. Here's David Pastrnak of the Boston Bruins, far and away their leading scorer this year, and he's denied on a short side attempt by Shesterkin. Pastrnak 38 goals, second in the league behind Connor McDavid's 41. Last year, the leading scorer in the league at the All-Star break was Chris Kreider of the Rangers with 33. A bunch of players who have surpassed that total into the All-Star break this year.
Well, maybe the word got from Chantel Tkachuk down to Jim Montgomery. The Tkachuks are still together.
Yeah, that would be tough.
That's a good move by Jim.
Yeah, I would leave them together. He's done a great coaching job with the Bruins, but you don't want to overcoach.
No, but you also don't want the player's mom down on you right now either. You want her, she's going to give you a little bit of heat.
Ovechkin dropped it back. And now it's off his leg and into the corner. Adam Fox, playing in his first All-Star game, was selected last year but had to scratch with a shoulder injury. And a good stop by Ullmark on Ovechkin from close range.
Oh boy.
There's a cross-ice pass for Matthew Tkachuk. And that little bug at the screen there needs an M or a B for the Tkachuks. Here's Larkin, Michigander, living his dream to play for Detroit. There's another guy who can be a free agent at the end of the year. Some speculation he might move on. He scores from a tough angle. It seemed to catch Shesterkin off guard. Dylan Larkin has the goal. It's his third All-Star game, and it's his first goal.
Larkin comes out from behind the net. There's a little bit of room. He banks it off the hip of Shesterkin. And the Atlantic is out quick, 2-0.
Well, earlier today, it was announced that next year's All-Star game will be played in the beautiful city of Toronto. Scotiabank Arena played in Toronto for the first time since 2000. We're here in Florida today. One of the Florida Panthers off to a great start. Matthew Tkachuk with a goal and an assist, and he's with Emily.
Matthew, what was it like being out there with Brady?
First time, it's fun. By yourself, by yourself.
Okay, for me. Let's do play-by-play.
5-hole maybe? Oh, I like that try though. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know.
Couple of chances.
I'm watching. There's too much action right now. Chessie's trying to go in there, and Lark's just missed. But yeah, playing with Brady's been awesome.
I'll let you enjoy the rest of the game. We'll leave it to the pros.
I'm too distracted right now.
You're good. You're good. Enjoy. Thanks, Matthew.
He has a goal and assist. Brady has 2 assists.
Oh, what a great move.
Atlantic League. It was a beautiful move indeed. Andrei Svechnikov. Here's Suzuki, the captain of the Montreal Canadiens. They're just 23 years old, the youngest captain in the proud history of Montreal. They've had 31 captains. That one is whistled wide. Down low and a goal. Johnny Gaudreau. If the similar uniforms aren't enough, they also have 2 number 13s. But fortunately, Kevin Hayes is quite a bit taller than his old Boston College Eagle teammate, Johnny Hockey.
Yeah, Gaudreau's telling Panarin about having eyes in the side of your head here. Watch this play from Panarin right across the ice. He doesn't once look back to the back door, but he knows Gaudreau's over there, and he slides it through Mitch Marner, and it's in the net. What a sweet pass from Panarin, who's quietly having another good year. 50 points again this year. 5 straight years he's been a point-a-game player.
Hard to believe it's Panarin's first All-Star game, and that play whistled down for an offside.
Roll up, it's time for the show. Forget everything that you know. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Talking about Panarin, he was selected to play in 2020 in the All-Star game, but he did not go due to injury. Here he comes again. Sends it down low for Gaudreau, and that one winds up in the net. Ullmark went sprawling, but couldn't keep it out. 2 quick goals by Gaudreau, 20 seconds apart. Panarin involved in both of them, and it's a tie game now at 2 apiece.
Gaudreau is in Columbus. Panarin, before he went to the Rangers, was in Columbus. Oh, look at Ullmark all the way across, off his right pad, out of his own glove. Look at this, he's already stopped it once, and then he backheels it into his own net, and Johnny Gaudreau from overhead has got both, and it's 2-2.
Both goals, Gaudreau from Panarin. Here's Pasternak. He was the MVP of the All-Star Game 2020 in St. Louis. Yeah, got turned over. Crosby dumped it back for Ovechkin. Adam Fox is out there with them. Now, Crosby said yesterday that he wanted to have Hughes on the line with Ovechkin, and there they are. Ovechkin and Crosby. And the Metropolitan takes the lead on beautiful passing by two of the all-time greats.
Eventually, somebody was going to have to shoot it. Crosby gave it to Ovechkin. I mean, you'd think Ovechkin would shoot it, but Ovechkin comes right back as Crosby lifts Dahlin's stick. Tic-tac-toe. Yeah, good luck, old Mark. You doesn't see too many of these in Boston, that's for sure. Don't see too many of them anywhere, really. What a great pass. 1-2, and it's Crosby in the net from Ovechkin.
Crosby, 1,469 career points, number one among active players. Ovechkin, 812 career goals. As we know now, number two all time, just past Gordie Howe. He's 82 away from Wayne Gretzky. If you watch the great special they did, Greatness, about Ovechkin, a lot of talk about their rivalry, a lot of venom. Their two teams, Washington and Pittsburgh, played a lot of very important games over the years, but it's obvious late in their careers now the great appreciation they have for each other. Down low, a couple of chances and a goal. The Tkachuk family continues to dominate. Brady has a goal to go with a couple of assists.
Yeah, Brady Tkachuk hanging around here. This is like summer hockey for them. The two Tkachuks are getting a giggle. Chantal Tkachuk so proud and enjoying this as Brady will start it and then get around the front of the net, and he taps this through Shesterkin. Kevin Weeks, you got a guess.
Yeah, I got a guess. Two of the greatest to ever play, and Ovi and Sidney Crosby showing that chemistry right there. Ovi, how was the chemistry there with you and Sid?
It's great. You know, he's working hard. Get in the battle, win the battle. Pass it to me, I give him back. Puck is in that.
Back to you.
Sid's just laughing away here. He didn't even have to answer or to add anything.
Atlantic having tied it up at 3. Back and forth first period here, still 2:35 to go, lots of action. Brady Tkachuk the goal. His brother Matthew an assist and Barkov an assist. Played the length of the ice to Ullmark. Leading the league in wins, goals against, and save percentage. That is a very rare feat. What passing! And that one goes in off the goal post. Nick Suzuki.
Well, that's a little more than a give and go as Marner stays onside, keeps the puck. Give, go, up, don't leave. Here comes the pass back, and Suzuki was almost out of the play as we get a glimpse of this from Shesterkin's helmet cam.
Yeah, hopefully he saw it better than the camera. That was
well,
a
no, he
dizzying
didn't.
array of video there.
He didn't, because he was going the other way. This thing actually goes right through Johnny Gaudreau's feet. There's that camera tacked right under the top of Shesterkin's mask.
Now, if that gets broken, does he have to pay for it? Is that break it, you take it?
No, that goes on the McDonough bill.
Ooh. We're in trouble then. Hope it doesn't cost a lot.
No dinner tonight.
Here comes Ovechkin again. Teamed up with Crosby last night on the breakaway challenge. One of the highlights of the night, maybe the highlight of the night, when Ovechkin's 4-year-old son, Sergei, joined them, scored a 5-hole goal against the great Roberto Luongo. They won the breakaway challenge. Ovechkin missed the short side. Here's Pasternak the other way. And it's shot wide. Now Dahlin, the young Swede, tried to dangle and could not. They stay in the offensive end. And that one deflected out of the rink by Adam Fox. Here's Emily.
told me you were thinking about splitting up the Kachucks, but you haven't done it yet. Can you take me through that in-game adjustment?
Well, they were +1 in the first 30 seconds, and they looked great. So, love the pace they were playing with. And I was only pulling Keith's leg before. I love to see the boys together.
Were you upset, Chantal? Because I told her up there she was not happy. Any words for her?
I had breakfast with her. I told her she's the reason why they're first-round picks, not the dad.
Thanks.
Good job Jim Montgomery's doing with the Boston Bruins. 3 of the 4 coaches here this year in their first year with their respective teams. Coaches selected by which team in each division had the best points percentage at the halfway mark, which came in mid-January. Jim Montgomery, Bruce Cassidy, Pete DeBoer, all with new teams. Rod Brindamore is back as the coach of the Metropolitan, as he was last year. The head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. Centering pass intercepted, not cleared. Matthew Tkachuk lost the puck.
And this isn't the first game Rod Brindamore's coached this week either. He was coaching his kids in Dallas yesterday as well. Here for a team trailing 4-3 after 10.
Entertaining first half by the beach in South Florida. We're back in Sunrise, Florida. The brothers Tkachuk starring. The Atlantic Division with a 4-3 lead over the Metropolitan at halftime. Veteran Moves brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. And Ray, I don't know if a 4-year-old can have veteran moves, but looked like Sergei Ovechkin did.
Tucked one on Roberto Luongo. This time, it's Dad to Crosby. Stole the show yesterday, the little Ovechkin did.
Sure did. They won the Great Clips Breakaway Challenge, so after the first 10 minutes, they switch ends and switch goaltenders. For the Metropolitan, Ilya Sorokin, voted in by the fans of the New York Islanders in his first All-Star game, taking over for one of his dearest friends, Igor Shesterkin. Friends all the way back to Russia when they were 16-year-olds playing on national teams. Andrei Vasilevsky in his 5th All-Star game. 28-year-old for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Backstopped them to the last 3 Stanley Cup finals. Here's Kevin Weeks.
I'm here with the young superstar of the New Jersey Devils, Jack Hughes. Florida man, too. Florida born. It's got to be special.
Yeah, it's good. So it's pretty cool to be back here.
Attaboy. Keep it going. Back to you, Sean.
Well, we talked with him about that yesterday, Weeksy, and he said, yeah, I'm from Orlando, but I don't remember it. I was only here for a very short period of time. His dad, Jim, was a coach. They moved around, raised largely in Toronto. Some confetti on the ice, brought on by mascots, so a little bit of a delay.
Just back to Jack for a second there. 33 goals this year, and he shoots the puck better than I thought he did. Like it, man, he's such a one-shot scorer. I didn't think it was in him. As you see this confetti, that's a fabulous idea until it comes down and hits the ice.
Yeah, and it's still all over the ice. Last thing anybody wants to have happen is one of these players get injured in the All-Star game because of confetti. It does give us a chance to remind you of the upcoming schedule, as some of the teams get back in action early this coming week. Some are off until next weekend. ESPN Plus, Tuesday at 7:30, Edmonton, Detroit. TNT has Minnesota at Dallas. Tight race in the Central Division. Dallas is in first place. Then we will be in Tampa Bay for Colorado in Tampa Bay. Last time we watched those two teams play there, it was the Avs winning the Stanley Cup. Blame the mascots for the confetti.
So it wasn't just one of them, it was a whole bunch. Oh, well, looks like they got it cleaned up here. And just for that, about the break there, as some teams start later, Winnipeg finished late, so they get to start late. Everybody gets the same length of break, just not the same days.
Very well explained. There's a glove save right off the bat by Vasilevsky. Atlantic penetrated, but it's sent back out by Panarin. And another goal for Johnny Gaudreau. His third. That's a hat trick, and it kicks in the Enterprise hat trick challenge. $10,000 going to the charity of his choice.
Quick little breakaway off the wing. He beats Vasilevsky. 3 goals. All 3 of them on sweet passes from Artemi Panarin. This one from the D zone. Panarin went up the boards, and Gaudreau on the left foot trying to pick his spot. He waits until Vasilevsky commits, and then he beats him just over the glove. And it's 4-4-3 goals for Johnny Gaudreau.
In his 7th All-Star game. He's been in 6 of the 7 in the 3-on-3 format. He's tied with Connor McDavid for the most since this format was introduced in 2016. Panarin, another assist. His 3rd. Well, he's 3rd in the league in assists since he joined the New York Rangers. Gaudreau out there again with his old pal Kevin Hayes. And now Panarin winds up. He's a former New York Ranger from Dorchester, Massachusetts, stopped on the short side by Vasilevsky. The long hit ahead. Breakaway opportunity. Larkin denied. And a chance if they have anything left in the tank for the numbers 13. Hayes down low. Gaudreau bidding for his 4th. Stopped by Vasilevsky.
Now, you always got energy when you're going into the offensive zone. It's the other way it gets uphill.
Panarin sent it toward the net. He and the 2 number 13s on for a minute and a half. At the other end, a beautiful stop made by Sorokin on Suzuki.
That was a great stop from Sorokin. Marner is so slick.
Now Marner, excuse me. Mitch Marner, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Crosby took it away. Oh, here they go again. Unselfishly put that one in the scrapbook. Ovechkin and Crosby by themselves. What was Vasilevsky to do? Perhaps just stand and admire.
Well, I think the first thing would be don't turn it over to Sid right here. Then you might be okay. Now you're really in trouble. How many times do you think you can stand there and wait for the next pass? Eventually, he thinks, well, Ovi's got to shoot it now. Oh, I guess he doesn't. And so you got 3 for Gaudreau, you got a couple for Crosby. And the Metro are up 5-4.
We started to say earlier, Crosby mentioned the other day he might like to have Jack Hughes be the 3rd member of that line. We mentioned that to Jack. He said, why would I want to do that? You can only bring it down. Almost as if you don't notice anybody out on the ice when these 2 have been out here together this afternoon. It's Adam Fox there now for Ovechkin. And a goal looked like it ticked off the glove of Vasilevsky, who's having a rough time, but he has 2 of the all-time greats peppering him with shots.
Look at Ovi's having a little fun here. Maybe the only guy that celebrated a goal here. Ovi shot deflects off the glove, off the pad, and in the net. So Ovechkin's got a goal and a couple assists. Crosby's got a couple of goals and an assist, and Emily's got Linus Ullmark.
Linus, you were explaining how this event is especially tough for goalies. Can you explain why?
Well, first of all, you're playing against the very best in the league, so you know every opportunity they have to score, most likely they're going to do it. So, and then when you come in for the second here as well, it's even worse because you've been sitting around for 15 minutes just minding your own business.
I heard you chirp David Pastrnak. Can you explain what you just chirped?
No, it's a good back check. I mean, I was pretty fair with that one, I should say. He's better than usually.
Texan Beacon.
You're welcome, thank you.
Ovechkin from Fox and Crosby, the most recent goal, has given the Metropolitan a 6-4 lead. Brady Tkachuk's pass off is taken back, however. Now it's a 3-on-1. Brady down low. Brady has it back. That might have been one pass too many, as his brother Matthew sent it back to him. Shot right on by Hughes. The rebound came to Brock Nelson of the Islanders. Hughes again. Hughes, second time, missed the net. Hughes was terrific last year in Las Vegas. He had 3 goals for the winning Metro team. Could have been the MVP. That went to his teammate Claude Giroux, one of the Philadelphia Flyers. And now back home in Ottawa. Pass deflected, and the rebound comes to Matthew Tkachuk, and he pots another. The brothers Tkachuk keep getting it done.
Long shift, eh?
So Brady changed about 15 seconds ago, totally out of gas. Matthew's clearly taken his time. There's Keith and Chantel Tkachuk. As Matthew's kind of like way behind the play here, and oh, would you look at that? Now I'm all by myself. Sorokin's dropped his stick, and Tkachuk's so good and tight, and he just kind of rolls it over to the backhand as Sorokin's got no stick. He looks good though, but it's in the net. It's now 6-5.
2 goals, 2 assists for the Florida Panther, playing at his home rink. Hasn't been a great year for the Panthers. They won the President's Trophy last year, the most points in the regular season. Matthews really enjoyed being here, as he loves playing for the new coach, Paul Maurice. There's Gaudreau, owner of a hat trick. Panarin. Hayes couldn't drag it through some traffic in the neutral zone. Down low, Kucherov scores. Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Well, they're cheering now as it Kucherov scores from the sharp angle. Wait till they announce in the building and they go, wait a minute, that guy plays for Tampa. They might not cheer anymore, but Kucherov tucks this one in.
The Washington Capitals at Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh, the home of the North Carolina State Wolfpack football team. That's 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, February 18th, 8 Eastern time on ABC and ESPN Plus. There's Kevin Weeks with the hat trick man.
Yeah, with the hat trick man. I'm here with Johnny Hockey. Johnny, you're on fire. Hat trick right now.
Yeah, playing with some really good players. Obviously finding me back door wide open, so it's nice.
Super competitive this one.
Yeah, hopefully Sid and Ovi can do something special here and win us this game.
Thanks so much. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Weeksy, thank you. Pretty good 4th round pick of the Calgary Flames back in 2011. More than midway through the second half now in a 6-6 tie. Tied for the 4th time. Rasmus Dahlin, #1 overall pick in the draft back in 2018. Buffalo Sabres in playoff contention. Here's Dahlin, missed the net from the low slot. Out there with Pasternak. Boston Bruins, the talk of hockey, having an historic first half of the season. 39-7-5. That's with a 3-game losing streak they just snapped right before the break. Pasternak sent it down low and it got knocked in. Nick Suzuki, another tally, his 2nd for the Atlantic.
Suzuki spins, it just kind of hangs out by the back door while the other guys are wheeling the puck around the top of the slot, and eventually it gets to Pasternak. Maybe my favorite player in the game. I just love watching David Pasternak play. He finds Suzuki and it's in the net. And they're the Bruins a lap ahead of everybody else.
7 points more than any other team in the league, Carolina. And Carolina had to go on a heater right before the break. They're the hottest team in the league. They've won 7 in a row. Points in 10 straight games for Rod Brindamore's team. There's a takeaway right in the slot, fired on by Matthew Tkachuk. Kept in by brother Brady. Under 4 minutes to go now. The Atlantic up by 1 goal, 7-6 on the tally by Nick Suzuki. And of course, we saw the standings. Montreal, Ray, at the bottom. But Jeff Gorton leading the hockey operation there. Sorokin not sure he made the save. He did. And he's a guy who really played an enormous role in rebuilding the New York Rangers into what they are right now. You'd have to bet on him to do it again in Montreal.
They've got a lot of young players, a lot of picks. Still, it's a long road when you try to rebuild.
Matthew Tkachuk ahead of the group. Hat-trick bid. There's Dad Keith. Kind of stayed in the shadows here this afternoon and let his 2 boys have the spotlight, and boy, have they embraced it.
Honestly, that's a move Dad would do. I played with him in St. Louis. Whenever he tried to deke, everyone would tell him, just shoot it. Walt could really shoot the puck. Here, Matthew, the little half clapper. Bing, top shelf. What a great afternoon here in Florida for the Florida Panthers star. Perfect, right in the shelf.
The family well represented.
Oh, a little fist pump from Dad.
Keith played in 5 of these.
So great. Mom, Dad, grandparents, that's so great. That's what this thing's so wonderful for, to get your family together to enjoy it. And the Tkachuk's doubly special with Matthew and Brady here.
4 straight goals for the Atlantic. Under 3 minutes away from a trip to the championship game. Here's Gaudreau again. Tough to tell if he intentionally fanned on that as a fake or just actually fanned. Now Larkin, one-on-one. It's Hayes, who's not a defenseman, back. And it's snapped wide. Under 2.5 to go. The Central has already advanced to the title game. Here's a 2-on-0. Panarin, it's back to Panarin. Gaudreau passed on the chance for a 4th goal. Try to get it back down low for Marner. They need one from Panarin. Backhand, and a beautiful stop by Vasilevsky.
And he's so big and so flexible. I don't know why anyone would ever try to deke him. It's just too big.
Metro pulls the goalie. Sorokin has gone to the bench. Rocket by Ovechkin. Vasilevsky the save. Extra man on for the Metro with 1.5 minutes to go. Jack Hughes. Fox, Ovechkin, and Crosby. Down by 2. That's a pretty good group to have.
I keep going back to Ovechkin. Nobody's going to block it. You don't have to worry about that today.
And that familiar left circle. Down low, looking for a backdoor tip from Crosby. 1:05 to go. Hughes couldn't keep it in. There's an empty net for Larkin. Second of the afternoon for Larkin of the Detroit Red Wings, and that one should put it away.
Larkin can really go. He knocks this thing off the board, or out of the air rather, and tips it by Jack Hughes. Look at Ovechkin. He wants to come all the way back, and Larkin actually picked up his pace. He's like, I gotta get here to a spot I can shoot it, and he dunks it in the empty net.
Ovechkin still out there. The tip by Crosby. They have the goalie back in. 5 straight goals for the Atlantic. I mentioned Ovechkin out there a long time. Said the key to his success at 37 is conditioning. Doesn't matter, he still has that powerful shot. He's still so big and strong. It is the conditioning he says is foremost. We try to jam it to the front of the net. Oh, Ovechkin had it picked by Pasternak.
Pasternak's laughing at him, and Ovi throws his stick.
And Pasternak scores. I guess if you're Ovechkin, you can throw the stick and get away with it.
Pasternak starts to laugh here as he's going up the ice, and Ovechkin just tosses his stick. There's some of the slick hands of David Pasternak. 38 goals on the year, and that's a slick one. It's been a long 10 minutes for Ilya Sorokin.
Still an all-star for the first time. Got to share the experience with his great pal Igor Shesterkin. They're so close that Sorokin is the godfather of Shesterkin's son. It was the Tkachuks who carried the day for the Atlantic. Crosby and Ovechkin lived up to what you would expect. They put on a show. But it is the Atlantic, powered by the Tkachuks, that defeats the Metropolitan. So we are going to have a first-time champion, because neither the Central nor the Atlantic has ever won this in the first 6 years of the 3-on-3 tournament. Here's Steve Levy.
All right, thank you, Sean. Joined by PK Subban, Mark Messier, and Chris Chelios, the Hall of Famers. And that was a great All-Star game as far as All-Star games go.
Yeah,
Great.
that was
So
entertaining.
Right?
Awesome.
And truly a win-win, right? You get the first family of hockey this weekend of the Tkachuks. Matthew has 5 points. The Panthers see their division go on and advance on, but the highlight is going to be from the losing team to see Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby, what they did together on the ice.
Only thing I could think about when they were playing together was Gretzky and Lemieux in the Canada Cup there, and how special that was for a hockey fan. I was a player on the team, and I couldn't believe how well they played together, and how amazed I was at the synergy that they had. And see these two guys that have been rivals for their whole career get out there and share the puck, do the things they did out there was just amazing for me today.
Yeah, Vasilevsky didn't help himself there.
Tried to poke check 6 times there, only 3 passes. So.
But you saw the emotion, guys, and the reaction afterwards. Crosby's all smiles. Ovechkin's pumping the fist.
Well, listen, these guys get it. I mean, these are the faces of the game over the past 2 decades. They get it. They understand how important it is for the fans, for the game, for these two to come out and put on a show. And that's what you want. I mean, hopefully that's a lesson to other star players that are coming up through different sports.
Right.
That these guys took this on their shoulders, and they've helped carry the game so far. So another 16 goals in this game. I mean, what more do you want?
Right.
What more do you want?
Yeah. That was amazing to watch. And so we were in the crowd a little bit. I really overheard a family talking about it. Hey, we saw the Tkachuks score, and then we saw Sid and Ovi combine for a goal. Like, we're good. I mean, that's what you come for to this game.
And you could tell the difference in the fans, the level of the intensity. It was great. Yeah, the Tkachuks, credit to those two guys. They came out right from first shift, score a goal. It's their hometown, Barkov, so they did not disappoint.
Well, the Tkachuks started in the elbow room. They had an unbelievable skit yesterday. They're coming here today to put on a show. First shift, they set the tone for it. They're having a heck of a weekend.
It's good to see Brady has sleeves on his sweater.
Yeah, he cut him off with a T-shirt there. I love that. There, he looked like he was working the door.
And Walt's having a good time too.
I mean, the best was a replay of big Walt Tkachuk in the suite with his family, his father.
That's awesome.
His wife shot down. He's fired up.
And they're just great people.
Grandparents,
too,
everything is amazing. Awesome.
Listen, if you're the Central, I think you got to be a little concerned here, right? That Central Pacific game didn't seem to have the same kind of juice jam that this last game had.
No, definitely. The guys picked it up, and I think Crosby and Ovechkin started it, and then you could see Johnny Gaudreau with a hat trick.
Yes.
Guys are turning it on. This is going to be the most competitive part of the game now, and I look forward to it. You know the Tkachuks are going to come out ready to play, so it'll be fun to watch.
It's about to get serious, Mess.
I think so. I think this is going to be a great game, and here we go again. Vasilevsky in the final. What's going on?
I'd like to see a body check. I'd like to see a little bump and grind.
If it happens, it'll be one of the Kachucks.
One of the Kachucks,
sure,
right?
Oh, yeah.
Probably Brady. So what do you expect in this championship game?
Better start, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are just watching that last game in the dressing room,
right?
And they're thinking, we better be ready.
They're having fun, though, too. You can see it. Guys are smiling.
The skill level, though, is just unbelievable from every player that's on the ice. It's amazing to watch.
Shots.
Johnny Gaudreau's 7th hat trick in a 3-on-3 All-Star game. Matthew took the 8th hat trick in a 3-on-3. And this is the first ever 3-on-3 with opposing hat tricks. We got a championship, an All-Star game to decide, still to come. As we roll on from South Florida. Much more coming up on the Discover's Second Intermission Report after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Second Intermission Report. Before the Central takes on the Atlantic, we'll get a first-time All-Star winner. Here's your public address announcer, Al Murdoch.
And now, the NHL welcomes a Grammy-nominated rock band whose new album, So Much for Stardust, will be released on March 24th, featuring the global smash Love from the Other Side. Give it up for Fall Out Boy!
What would you trade the pain for? I'm not sure. We were a hammer to the statue of David. We were a painting you could never frame it. You were the sunshine of my lifetime. What would you trade the pain for? The city always hangs a little bit lonely or be loose. Like a kid playing pretending his father's suit. I'll never go. I just want to be invited. Oh, got to give up, get the feeling, don't fight it, sending my love from the other side of the apocalypse. And I just about snapped, don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the head. Love from the other side of the apocalypse. And I just about snapped, don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the hand. Generations sleep, I'm falling in and out of love. I'm getting more tilted, feeling out here. Why would you trade the pain for? I'm not sure, nowhere left for us to go but heaven. Summer falling through our fingers again, and you were the sunshine of my lifetime. What would you trade the pain for? They say we gotta get ahead, yeah, no matter what it takes. But there's no way off the hamster wheel on this red race. I'll never go, I just want to be invited. Oh, got to give up, get the feeling, don't fight it, sending my love from the other side of the apocalypse. And I just about snapped, don't look back. Every lover's got a little dagger in the head.
see. You're the antidote to everything except for me. Through a constellation of tears on your lashes, burn everything you love, that burn the ashes in the air, and everything collides. My childhood spent, they got the monster that you see. My songs know what you did in the dark. So light 'em up, oh, oh, light 'em up, oh, oh, light 'em up, oh, I'm on fire. So light 'em up, oh, oh, light 'em up, oh, oh, light 'em up, oh, I'm on fire. Oh, 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 will I? Oh, 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 some legends have sold, some turn to dust or to gold. You will remember me for centuries. Just wanna stay is all it will take. Go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Hey, yeah. Ooh, hey, hey, yeah. Remember me for centuries. Mummified my teenage dreams. No, it's nothing wrong with me. The kids are all wrong. The stories I love. Heavy metal broke my heart. Come on and let me. Bruises on your thighs, not my fingerprints. This is supposed to match the darkness that you felt. I never meant for you to fix yourself. Some legends of soul, some turn to dust or to gold. You will remember me for centuries. Just wanna stay is all it will take. Go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. Some legends of soul, some turn to dust or to gold. You will remember me for centuries. Just wanna stay. It's all it will take. Go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Yeah, hey, go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries.
The second intermission report is presented by Discover, the official card of the NHL. We've got an all-star championship game to play, and it's next.
Hockey star power.
Oh, what a pass. McDavid's on another planet.
On display.
You're going to just see how talented these guys really are.
Ovechkin and Crosby. There they are.
Give him back. Puck is in there.
The 2023 NHL All-Star Game continues.
And welcome back, everyone, to the 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game. from FLA Live Arena in Sunrise, Florida, the home of the Florida Panthers. We're on our way to the championship game. The winning team will split $1 million as the Central takes on the Atlantic. The Central beat the Pacific in the first game 6-4. The Atlantic just rallied from 6-4 down. 6 unanswered goals to win 10-6. And the home-standing Matthew Tkachuk and his brother Brady, they really stole the show, Ray, in that second game.
They did. I mean, Matthew Tkachuk's playing at home here. He's got 3 goals and a couple assists, and that was a really terrific game. I mean, there were so many great moments in it. 6 straight goals by the Atlantic to pull away, and so now you get to the final. I think there's a little bit of an advantage here if you just played. I mean, the Central guys have been sitting around for a while, try to stay warm. The Atlantics just get a little break and they reload and go again.
Matthew Tkachuk's hat trick, the first in an all-star game on a player's home ice since Nikita Kucherov did it in Tampa 2018. There is UC Saros. He played very well in the semifinal, played the second half, stopped 11 out of 13 shots from the Nashville Predators. Connor Hellebuck will play the second half. And at the other end of the ice, Linus Ullmark of the Boston Bruins, leading the league in wins, goals against, and save percentage. The last goalie to do that at the end of a regular season was the Hall of Famer Bernie Parent way back in 1974. And he's here today, we are told. Stanley Cup winners that year were the Flyers. Ullmark, first-time All-Star at age 29, hoping to backstop the Bees to the Stanley Cup title. It's kind of been a magical year for them and for Jim Montgomery. I wonder if that magic will continue for the Atlantic as they try to win the All-Star game. They've been in the finals 3 times previously, 16, 18, and 2020. Lost to the Pacific each time. Central was in the final last year, lost to the Metro 10-5. It is the 3rd time now that they've been to the final. They lost in San Jose in 2019.
A little bit of a warm-up here as Rantanen given a few shots for UC Saros.
And one of the nice aspects of this All-Star game, several players nice enough to wear a microphone for us.
We did it. No. I want to go again. Yeah, Rob. I think I was 1 for 5. That's all right. So I'll take it. The graveyard shift. See you in the locker room.
Yeah! Woo!
It was Johnny Gaudreau celebrating on the bench. He had a hat trick. So different color uniforms now for the Central. The Atlantic Division remains in the uniforms with the black shoulders. If you're trying to follow along at home, here's an opportunity right off the face-off, and it's shot wide by Mikko Rantanen. Out there with his Av teammates again. That was Cale Makar. Pete DeBoer playing the 3 Colorado Avalanche players together, and it worked well in their opening win. Nathan McKinnon had 2 goals. Here's Brady Tkachuk. He had a goal and 3 assists. His brother Matthew tried to set him up. 3 goals and 2 assists, and now he has his 4th. They're starting to warm up the Honda Pilot Trail Sport for the MVP if Matthew Tkachuk can keep this going. Tad Keefe still on hand, as you would expect.
He's so good from the tops of the circles down, but really even in closer. He's got quick hands. He's not going to win a lot of races, but he's got quick feet. Look how he uses the reach to spread it around the right foot of UC Saros, and just as he ended the last game, Matthew Tkachuk's on the board early here. Again, 30 seconds, and the Tkachuks are on the board.
David Pastrnak, who scored late in their semifinal win. Out there with Dylan Larkin, who tallied twice, representative from the Detroit Red Wings. Marner sent it over to him. Mitch Marner had 3 assists in the semifinals. Here's Larkin in alone, and it slid off his stick.
Kaprizov had no idea that he passed it to Dylan Larkin. He thought he was on his team, and he looked up and he was just like so shocked. He's laughing going up the ice here.
It's surprising it hasn't happened more often, given the similarity of the uniforms. Nice stop by Ullmark. Matthew Tkachuk from Brady Tkachuk. If you've heard that before, you've been watching. Kirill Kaprizov from Minnesota lost the puck. And tried a little short-sider, and it wouldn't go in. Pastrnak out there with Dahlin and Suzuki. Nearly 2 minutes gone by, 1-0 Atlantic. Seth Jones of the Chicago Blackhawks centers. Has it back from Tarasenko with 3 assists in the semifinal. Here's Pastrnak in alone on Saros. Pasta might be a little tired. Played a lot of golf here, we're told, the last couple of days. Seth Jones to the backhand, and a beautiful stop by Ullmark. If he's tired, he's still out there.
Like I say, you can always find energy going the offensive end.
Brady Tkachuk missed the net. Alexander Barkov of the home-standing Panthers. The other member of that line for most of the first game. Barkov had 3 assists. Here's Matthew again. Left it for Brady. Nice move. And dribbled into the corner. Where Barkov. Matthew shot it wide. Atlantic is 2 number 16s. Marner the other. Marner thought he might play with Matthew Tkachuk, who's denied by Saros. Tkachuk and Matthew, that is, and Mitch Marner played together for the London Knights in the Ontario Hockey League. Rantanen played it off. Didn't get the return feed back out in front. And now Ullmark, not the oldest goalie to make his all-star debut, 29 years old. You remember last year Cam Talbot was 34 in his first all-star game. There have been others older than that. Long hit ahead. Here's McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon did not score.
Oh, I thought that went in.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks in the crowd did too. Here comes the quick counter. Marner down low for the goal. Nikita Kucherov, his second of the day. Now let's clear up and see if there was any controversy at the other end.
And McKinnon makes this great move. He flips it up. It's just gently over Ullmark's shoulder, hits the crossbar. And here's the goal moments later. Nikita Kucherov is going to play a little give and go with Mitch Marner. He goes to the net, chips it up over Saros, and an early 2-0 Atlantic lead.
The 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game is brought to you by the rugged, all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport.
There is a little bit of fun at the All-Star Game here. The final, the Atlantic leading 2-0 over the Central. Here's a pretty good moment earlier. Watch his pass from Kaprizov. Heads up, perfect pass right on the tape. Oh yeah, he plays for the other team. That's Dylan Larkin. He's got the breakaway. He ends up slapping it in the corner, which amuses Brady Tkachuk to no end.
What happened?
So he loved the pass. He was just tickled that Larkin dumped it into the corner on the breakaway.
Sometimes similar uniforms can be your friend. Here's Josh Morrissey from Winnipeg in behind the net, poked away by Larkin. Kaprizov in behind on the forecheck as well. Nearly midway through the first half, 2-0. The Atlantic Division leads. Matthew Tkachuk, the first goal. Kucherov from Marner, his 4th assist of the day, and Matthew Tkachuk. 4 goals and 3 assists for Matthew. At the other end, a beautiful glove stop down low by Saros. Kaprizov rink wide. Taken in by Jason Robertson of the Dallas Stars. Threw it to nobody in particular. And Seth Jones goes back to run it down. Tied ahead, Manic picked off. Pasternak center. Surprised he didn't take a shot.
He didn't get the 38 goals with that move.
Well, leads the league in shots on goal. Unofficial first half of the season. Having a tremendous year. Pasternak, 38 goals already for Boston.
And he plays with such style as well. I love his creativity, the way how hard he plays, and he's just got amazing hands.
Jones from the doorstep, denied by Ullmark. And Pasternak is a free agent at the end of the year. He said during the media availabilities during the week he's not really worried about it. And if the Bruins don't keep him, they're very avid fans.
He shouldn't be worried about it.
Yeah, I mean,
things are going to work out fine for him.
Yeah, I can't imagine of all players he would depart. Dahlin's shot got deflected into Saros. Down to 3:25 to go. We're back to their semifinal game. The Atlantic has scored 8 goals in a row. Almost the announcer jinxed theirs. McKinnon went to the front of the net. Brady Tkachuk. A goal and 4 assists today. Barkov left it for Brady. Off the glove, a couple of rebound whacks. As Matthew Tkachuk was bidding for his 5th of the day. The Avs back out there for the Central. McKinnon with Rantanen and Makar. Rantanen having a career year on a pace for 58 goals. He threw it haphazardly toward the net. And it wound up in the corner. Brady Tkachuk lost the puck against the boards. Makar off for Rantanen. Race for it. Matthew plenty in the tank. One of the great skaters in the world, Cale Makar, got back there. Larkin ripped a wrister and it's gloved down by Saros. He's been excellent in both games. He stopped 17 out of 19 and a lot of them from point blank range.
Number 2 in the league in shots faced this year, so nothing new for him.
Larkin powered to the net. And another beauty by Saros. Now Makar. Incredibly decorated, and he's only 24 years old. Norris and Conn Smythe last year won the Hobey Baker Award as the best college hockey player at the University of Massachusetts. And you know where that is, Ray?
Massachusetts.
It's in Massachusetts. That is correct. Pass behind Robertson.
I know my geography. You can't fool me on that one.
Robertson. This coach Pete DeBoer in Dallas just raves about Robertson. Wasn't a first-round pick. Wasn't really that highly touted on his way through junior hockey. He says he has the work ethic of somebody who had to earn his way along, even though he's established now as a great star for Dallas at 23 years old, native Californian. 13 American-born players here today. Here comes another. Larkin to the forehand, and he scores. Well, on another day, Dylan Larkin would be an MVP candidate. That's his 3rd goal of the afternoon.
Near the end of the shift, the turnover, and then Larkin's going to get out ahead. Marner lays it out for him, and now Larkin gets inside of Morrissey. Perfect shot. Saros can't get the blocker over to stop this, and it's 3-0 Atlantic.
The EA Sports NHL 23 World Championship is here with more events, more tournaments, and more chances to win than ever before. Register now and get all the details at nhl.com/NHL23.
Most recent goal by Larkin, captain of the Detroit Red Wings. Free agent at the end of the year. He wants to remain in Detroit. Native Michigander, Waterford, played at the University of Michigan. How about this? Too much passing.
It's funny, the team with the 3 defensemen having all the problems here.
Oh my God. There are only 6 defensemen mentioned earlier in the entire tournament among the 44 players. The Central Division has 3 of them, which Pete DeBoer thought would be a big advantage.
Chelly was saying in the pregame about the smart guys being defensemen. The forwards will always debate that.
We have reached halftime, words you don't hear often in hockey. Miami-Fort Lauderdale area has been a great host. Final period of the All-Star game coming up.
Baby, let's go. Don't you know what I am? I'm a man with a plan, and it's time you understand.
This is the first of 10 straight Saturdays of hockey on ABC. Next Saturday, a doubleheader with pregame coverage beginning at 12:30 on ABC. Then Tampa Bay is at Dallas, followed by Washington at Boston. Bruins fans in attendance. Team trying to make history. Chance for the all-time single season wins mark. Andrei Vasilevsky has taken over for Linus Ullmark now for the Atlantic Division. Ullmark stopped all 6 shots he faced in that first half. His magical season continues. Connor Hellebuck in net for the Central.
He was awesome in the first game.
It's his 3rd All-Star game. He hasn't been on the winning team. He said during the week, as did his coach Pete DeBoer, he wants to win this thing. We mentioned the winning team will split $1 million. There are 11 players, and we're told the coaches are factored in as well. We would hope so. Not a bad gig, though, to come here, bring your family down. Pete DeBoer actually went to the Bahamas before he came here. McKinnon ripped one. They went flying by Vasilevsky. Here's Emily Kaplan with Linus Ullmark.
Linus, which line have you been enjoying watching the most tonight?
What was that?
Which line are you enjoying watching the most?
I love Larkin's line. They did a great job of back checking, forward checking, and everything.
Why do goalies love back checking so much?
I mean, it makes the job easier for us.
What do you think of the Czech brothers playing together?
It's fun. You know, they look like they have some chemistry there. I'm not, not surprised about it.
Thanks, Amikit.
Thank you.
We talk about the season he's having, Ray. He set the NHL record for fewest decisions to reach 25 wins. He did it in 28 games. He was 25-2-1 in his first 28 games. And the previous record goes all the way back to 1929-30. Tiny Thompson of Boston got the 25 wins and 29 decisions. So that record lasted for 93 years. Another example of how special this Boston Bruins season has been. You play against Tiny Thompson, you know.
Yeah, bad glove hand.
Here's Kaprizov. Backhanded over the net. And out of the rink. Rare stoppage in play, just the 5th of this championship game.
No, he wants to go up over the shoulder or the arm of Vasilevsky, and it's got to be perfect. He's just so big as Kaprizov tries to delay, and I mean, even if that hits the net, he stops it because he's in the right position. Kaprizov's just a brilliant scorer. He gives everything that the Minnesota Wild could ask for. He's got energy, he works so hard, he's got great finish. A wonderful player.
Franchise record 47 goals last year for the Wild. Kaprizov is 27. Another hard worker. Marner. And he sets up another goal by Dylan Larkin, who says, don't hand the keys to that Honda Pilot Trail Sport to Matthew Tkachuk just yet. That's his 4th goal of the day.
Marner's got 3 assists, and Larkin's got all kinds of time to shoot this and squeaks it through the top of the pads of Connor Hellebuyck. As Hellebuyck squared up, it's like a practice drill, and oh man, there's just almost no room for the puck to go through, and the Red Wings captain gets another one. I mean, you mentioned that Michigan born and has not played outside the state of Michigan. He was at the U.S. National Development Team program. Then he went to the University of Michigan. Now he's with the Red Wings. I mean, what a crazy thing to play everything that close to home.
And he has the most goals, assists, and points for the Red Wings of any player born in the state of Michigan. And bidding for another. He was denied at the near post. Sent ahead by Hellebuyck. We need a controversy. You know, Jim Montgomery, that's it. I'm yanking the goalie. Putting my guy back in. Except he's coaching the other team. These uniforms are going to get me from start to finish.
They'll get you.
Marner, who was credited with an assist on that last goal, so he has 5 for the day. And Ivan Sokolsky's going to recount that. We think he might have 6. And we're told now he does. 6 assists for Mitch Marner of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He has great memories of this building. The NHL draft was held here in Sunrise, Florida, in this arena when he was a first-round pick. Back in 2015, he was the 4th pick. What a draft it was. McDavid went to Edmonton, number 1. Jack Eichel to Buffalo, 2. Arizona had the next pick, and you know, as a young man who grew up loving the Toronto Maple Leafs, dreaming about playing for them, he was hoping Arizona wasn't going to pick him. They picked Dylan Strome, and then Toronto picked Mitch Marner with about 50 of his family and friends in this building to watch it. Here's McKinnon nearly midway through the second half, and a goal for Mikko Rantanen. So finally the Central is on the board on the goal by Rantanen.
4-0 lead changes to 4-1 as Mikko Rantanen takes the pass from McKinnon. The Avs players combined for virtually an open netter, but Dylan Larkin's got 2. He got 1 in the first half and this one in the second half, and it's a 4-1 Atlantic lead.
The last 3 All-Star Game MVPs. All-Star Game was not contested in 2021 due to COVID. Pasternak and Crosby here today. Giroux didn't make the All-Star squad this year, and the MVP today will receive a 2023 Honda Pilot Trail Sport. You still like Matthew Tkachuk's chances? 4 goals and 3 assists. Larkin has 4 goals and an assist. Mitch Marner, the record in a All-Star tournament, the 7 years of this format. No one's ever had 6 assists in one tournament.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite over, but
well, the home guy's going to win any tie, isn't he? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Here's Brady Tkachuk, who's had a terrific day himself. Tried the short side. Hellebuyck held his ground. Barkov headed through. Now Kaprizov, chance for a 2-on-1 with Robertson. Kirill Kaprizov, and a blocker save made by Vasilevsky inside of the ring. Lots of great action in other sports on the ESPN family of networks. Just getting started, ESPN2. LeBron and the Lakers at the Pelicans. North Carolina and Duke, college basketball's greatest rivalry on ESPN at 6:30. And the Mavericks at the Warriors tonight at 8:30 Eastern on ABC. We're just getting started. Seth Jones pass ricocheted. Centering and looking for a tip from Jones, but he couldn't get it. More than midway through this second half, a 4-1 lead for the Atlantic. Jones on the forehand. Nice stop by Vasilevsky. Here's Larkin trying to bolster his MVP candidacy. Denied by Hellebuck. Tarasenko cross ice. Clayton Keller pitches it around. Larkin again. He looks like he could go all day and another. Sent it down low, and it's fed back unselfishly. Kucherov, one of the great assist men in hockey. And in fact, he leads the NHL with 53 assists at the break. Down low. Rebound for McKinnon. As Larkin again sent it toward the net. Central running out of time. Under 4 minutes to go. They're down by 3 goals. McKinnon tried to pass it off, and it got picked off by Rasmus Dahlin. Larkin. Is he ever going to come off? Pasternak.
He was waving for Pasternak not to give him the pocket. He gave it to him anyway, so he had to wheel around the other way.
On for more than a minute and a half. Under 3.5 minutes to go. Dahlin. What a year he is having for Buffalo. Came right out of the gate with a 5-game goal streak. Did Rasmus Dahlin to start the season.
The Sabres are one of the fun teams to watch. They score. They're young, exciting team. Right on the cusp of the playoffs.
3 minutes to go. Desperation time now for the Central. They get a great chance down low. But McKinnon elected to pass off to Makar. Here's Pasternak. He scores!
He's got all kinds of time. Pick your shot, and when you've got that release, you're not going to miss very often. Connor Hellebuck's trying to be really patient. Oh, the same place that the Larkin shot beat him, at the top of the pads, through the 5-hole. And Pasta's on the board here, and it's 5-1.
He came in here hot. He had 13 goals in the month of January. That tied Jack Hughes of New Jersey for the most goals in the league. Last month, Robertson down low, a tip by Kaprizov. Second goal of the day for Pasternak. He had one late in the semifinal win. Matthew Tkachuk. Brady tried to get it back to him. I think these two were this nice to each other when they were kids.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Vasilevsky way out of the net. The big cat played it ahead. Down to 2:05 to go. 4-goal lead for the Atlantic. They put on an offensive show. Their goaltending's been pretty solid. Better than that after about the midpoint of the opening game. Matthew Tkachuk still out there. Got him back out there quickly. Larkin walks right to the net. Rebound as well. Robertson was alone. The puck was a little slow in getting to him. That took away the opportunity for a breakaway. Larkin plays it cross ice. Nice play by Josh Morrissey to poke it away. In his first All-Star game. He said he gives Rick Bowness a lot of credit for his improvement. And he just was on ice for a goal.
Yeah, he
by
set up
Robertson.
Yeah, beautiful finish by Jason Robertson. Morrissey, who's having a fantastic year in Winnipeg, 43 assists on the season, just behind Erik Karlsson in assists by defensemen, and he lays this across to Robertson, 33 goals. Man, Robertson had a 18-game point streak, 21 goals in those 18 games earlier in the year. Look at that pass, flat, right on the tape, and a great finish. And it's going to be too little, too late.
Robertson in the long point streak, and Morrissey as well. He had an 11-game point streak back in December. There's the response at the other end. Dylan Larkin, maybe they can cut the car in half. Just 7 seconds after the Robertson goal, his first point of the day, it's Larkin with his 5th goal in 2 games.
Right off the draw, Larkin stays with it, kicks it up, scrambles it through. Deep 5-hole. 3 goals for Dylan Larkin here in the final. And Atlantic is put this away 6-2.
Another 5-hole goal. So Larkin a hat trick. In the last game, each team had a hat trick. Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Tkachuk. First time that had happened in a game. They want to just keep on scoring all the way to the buzzer. That's Clayton Keller. His 3rd goal of the day, and 2 in their semifinal win against the Pacific. Been a great day for guys who played at Boston University.
All alone, he's going to one-hand this through the legs of Vasilevsky with the little deke, just kind of shovels it. And as Vasilevsky's thinking at that point he's going to deke it back to his forehand, it's off his stick and into the net.
Good to see Clayton Keller, Ray, having such a terrific year. He had a gruesome broken leg at the end of last season. He was having a magnificent year. It was so gruesome, you just wondered if it would damage him going forward, but he looks like the same guy who was terrific last year.
Oh, we got a penalty shot.
Why not have a little extra fun here at the end?
Number 26 has been awarded a penalty shot, hooked on the hands on a breakaway. Penalty shot.
Hey, the rules are the rules, even in an all-star game. Kyle Raymond with the call. Last penalty shot in an all-star game was in the 2019 final. Patrick Kane tripped the player that resulted in a penalty shot for Seth Jones. It was unsuccessful. Oh, do it in an all-star game. Why not go for some style and flair? Rasmus Dahlin denied by Hellebuck.
Here's the penalty. Seth Jones gets called for the hook there. I think they wanted to call a penalty shot just because, and then looking for creative points as well as the goal back behind his feet. And Hellebuck makes the save.
The last player to serve a penalty. There's another goal from right out in front.
Who needs a penalty shot? I'll just go into the crease and score.
Dahlin got another opportunity and capitalized on it.
Everybody knows this game is over, so can we just roll the last 30 seconds? And oh, in the meantime, it's now in our net again.
I mentioned Dahlin earlier. Goals in each of the first 5 games this season. The first defenseman ever to do that in NHL history. McKinnon adds another to his ledger. First in this game, 3rd of the afternoon. Central with a late surge here, but it's going to be much too little too late, we think.
McKinnon, he shoots the puck so well on the move. back to the Stanley Cup final of last year, and McKinnon beats Vasilevsky.
We started to say, Ray, the last penalty served in an All-Star game was the 2018 final. Johnny Gaudreau, then of the Pacific Division, was called for tripping. The Atlantic did not score on the power play.
That noted penalty taker, Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, the Haiti Bing winner. In the pass. Final 10 seconds. And another goal. Ripped in by Cale Makar. His first of the day. Why not? Well, when they summarize this, Ray, they might say the Central didn't lose. They just ran out of time.
They are aware there's only two halves in this game, right?
Yeah, someone might want to explain that just in case.
Makar, after McKinnon scores, he beats Vasilevsky, both of them on the same side, same spot. 7-5.
They've scored 3 goals in the last 45 seconds. Well, these Avalanche players out there now get back to business. They're right on the edge in terms of the playoff race out west. Matthew Tkachuk, Dylan Larkin. Days they will remember forever. 4 goals, 3 assists for Matthew, 5 goals and an assist for Larkin. And we will await the decision about who is the Honda MVP. Let's go down to ice level to Kevin Weeks.
Thanks, Sean. I'm here with UC Soros of the Nashville Predators. You got peppered, but you were sharp, though.
Yeah, there was a lot of action, but yeah, it was fun. Too bad we couldn't win this one.
What was the best thing about the weekend for you?
Yeah, just seeing new faces and get to know guys like Connor Hellebuck, who played against multiple times, but it was fun to be in the locker room with him.
Well, the Preds are in great hands with you in the net. Continued success. Keep it up. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
No problem. Sean, back to you.
All right, Kevin. So the Atlantic Division has won the All-Star game for the first time in the 7 years of the 3-on-3 format. And the magic continues for Jim Montgomery, coaching as the head coach of the All-Star game for the first time. Boston Bruins head man. He is the winning coach today. Here's Emily with Dylan Larkin.
Dylan, you had a hat trick, but the guys were also complimenting you on your back check. What are you most proud of tonight?
I just think, you know what, it was so much fun. I'm just, you know, I'm proud of how we won it, but what a great group of guys, and what a great weekend. All the teams, all the guys here representing their team, their own clubs very well, and you know, representing our league. So it was just a great weekend.
Saw you guys laughing a lot on the bench. What was the funniest thing you saw on the ice tonight?
Yeah, just laughing and telling stories. I mean, anything Pasta says is usually pretty funny, whether he means it or not. So just everyone's just in a great mood, and it's a good time.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, thank you.
Larkin's hat trick is the first in a final game in the 3-on-3 format. So some suspense about the MVP as we send you to Steve Levy.
PK, Massincelli, can you help your contract negotiations? You have you're the MVP of the All-Star games. Does that help? So which way you guys want to go? Is it the hometown hero Matthew Tkachuk for the Panthers, or you want to go Dylan Larkin?
I'm going hometown hero. You got to be.
Wait, because you believe that to be the case?
Because I've known the Tkachuk family their whole lives, and they did a great job, especially right off the hop.
Yeah, I'm sure the Larkin family is very nice, too.
I mean, Lark's honestly, I have a little bit of a hometown thing there, too, with the Wings, but he had a fantastic game. Probably more chances than anybody.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either player.
Yeah.
Both players played with a lot of purpose from the opening face-off to all the way through. Larkin back-checking, forechecking, probably had the most chances, most shots on net, and it looked like he played to win. Same with Tkachuk. So either or, you got a great, excellent choice.
Yeah, it could be anyone. I'm just happy that the guys showed up and played as well as they did. The skill in the NHL was on display today. That's what we came to see.
Hey, next week it'll all be about the Kelsey brothers. The Super Bowl. Let's see if it's about the Tkachuk brothers right about now. Here's the public address announcer, Al Murdoch.
Our MVP award, please welcome ESPN's Emily Kaplan.
Is Matthew Tkachuk.
Presenting the 2023 Honda NHL All-Star MVP Award is NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly and Hundi Liu, Honda National Advertising Manager. Matthew Tkachuk is the recipient of the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, the newest vehicle in the line of rugged SUVs from Honda.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good seeing you, man. Good seeing you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Thanks. What's that?
Matthew, what are you going to remember most about this weekend?
I don't know, having a lot of family and friends here and getting to celebrate with the great fans here in Florida. They've made it unbelievable, and it's just been, an honor to play in front of them this whole year, and it's great that the other players throughout the league can see what a great place this is to play, because, I'm happy as can be here.
How would you describe what it was like not only to be on the same team as Brady, your brother, but also play on the line with him?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I didn't think it was going to last the whole day here, but our chemistry was dwindling there at the end. I think we were a little tired, so it was great to play with him and Barkey, two guys that I really wanted to play with, so it was great.
Car looks pretty cool. Are you going to keep it or give it to someone?
I don't know. We'll see. I know. I'm tired from this weekend. That'll be a tomorrow decision.
Thanks, Matthew.
Yeah, thank you.
NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly will now present a check for $1 million to the winner of the 2023 Honda NHL All-Star Game, the Atlantic Division.
They will split that among the 11 players and Coach Jim Montgomery. Well, Ray, we came on the air talking about how the league is skewed younger in terms of the star power, and we saw a lot of that again today with guys like Matthew Tkachuk, just 25 years old.
What a fabulous performance he put on at home here. The home fans had a great show, and their guy wins the car as the MVP. That was a great afternoon of hockey.
Let's send you back now to Steve Levy.
All right, Sean, Ray, thanks very much. I'm just trying to think about it. Who's got a better life than Matthew Tkachuk right about? Hey, Jim Montgomery's had a nice first half, right?
Oh, yeah.
Got the Bruins on a record pace, come to the All-Star game for the first time. What about Matthew Tkachuk and the way he's living?
Oh, man, it's great. You know what? Since he came to Florida, he embraced the opportunity. He wanted to pull on the reins and get this team moving in the right direction. And I think he's just been a great ambassador for the Florida Panthers.
Yep.
His family as well, all weekend, just mingling with people. Big Walt, Keith Tkachuk being out and about.
Hosting everybody.
Charlie,
looking at you.
Tkachuk's lead the charge on and off the ice. I'll just say that.
I love
okay?
it. I love it.
We saw 5 goals in the last minute of the All-Star game when it was kind of decided, but still a pretty spectacular weekend that it's capped off by the home division, if you will, Atlantic winning.
Yeah, I look at Tkachuk and I think a double C, charisma and character.
Yep.
Yeah.
You talk about a guy leading your team and coming out here. You played a purpose from the opening face-off.
Right.
You looked like they're playing to win.
Yeah.
Sure enough, you got the MVP in front of the home crowd, and he's been a great addition to Florida, not only on the ice but off the ice. To give him the star power that every team is really looking for, but that leadership and character personified.
Yeah. We talked about, one squad coming out and working the hardest. The Atlantic looked like they wanted it the most.
The youngest team out of all of them, so they came out, and like I said, PK touched on that. The young guys should go out there and try and press, put on a show, and be professionals. And they did a lot of down, but don't forget about Ovechkin and Crosby. Teamed up for two of the prettiest goals in the whole thing.
That was a sentimental favorite tonight.
They did the role. Yeah.
Every one of these weekends has a signature moment, and even though they were wiped out and didn't get to the championship game, this will still be remembered, I think. Obviously, Tkachuk and Larkin Marner was spectacular, too, but people will remember Ovechkin and Crosby.
Yeah, and 2 leaders, too. They led the way. When you see Matthew Tkachuk going out there and trying, you see Dylan Larkin back checking, getting over the puck, making plays, and trying to win this thing, everybody's going to follow. And I think that's what we're looking for from the younger players in this thing.
Speaking of Ovechkin and Crosby, PK, I have an important question to ask you.
Yeah.
Where's that sweater, brother? You still have that sweater? You've had those guys signing
Quick story. So I'm at center ice. We do the signing for the jersey. And, you know, everything's over. We get Sergei come out. They do the shot on net. Everything's great. And after that, nobody comes to me and takes the jersey. So I'm thinking, I'm like, is this my jersey? Do I get to keep this? But I'm like, I don't want to put this thing down. I'm not letting Ovi and Crosby's Eastern Conference jersey float around the arena. So literally the rest of the show, I'm holding it. And they're like, PK, we need you at center ice. And they're like, give me the jersey. And I'm like, I'm not giving you the jersey. So I got a text from Sid last night. And he goes, hey, I don't know if Ovi wants that jersey, but I'd like to have it. So I brought it for Sid today, handed it to him. You know, now Sid owes me one. He owes me a jersey.
Hey, the hardest working guy in the building is not you guys. It's the bartender.
Hey,
way to go, George. He's
awesome.
Don't stop.
Take a reposado.
World News Tonight. Your local news is next.
To break out the Band-Aid.
He's getting a cut of $1 million.
I want
Give George a cut of $1
million.
Weekend from out South FLA. And all your favorite hockey players, the best on ABC.
Oh, what a pass. McDavid's on another planet. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, I guess. Nathan McKinnon, the goal scorer.
Let's at least connect for one goal. We did it. Busted me, I'll give him back. Puck is in there.
And trick pick.